Susano.
The ultimate power that every Uchiha dreams of, but one that demands immense sacrifice. But is this legendary ability truly as powerful as it seems? We saw its terrifying strength in the Great Ninja War when Madara alone crushed 5 Kage with his Susanoo. But what if I told you that Madara's Susanoo wasn't even the strongest? In fact, it doesn't even come close to the most powerful Susanoo in history. Before we reveal the most powerful Susanoo, let's break down what makes this technique so special. Susanoo is an ability unique to those who have awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan in both eyes. But did you know there are 6 different stages of Susanoo? It starts as a skeletal frame and evolves into a fully armored, godlike warrior that can even take flight. But here's something you might not know. The color of each Susanoo is not random. It actually represents the user's personality. Darker colors often indicate a more ruthless nature, while lighter colors symbolize a more noble heart. That means Madara's deep blue Susanoo represents his overwhelming darkness and ambition, while Itachi's golden orange Susanoo reflects his self-sacrificing nature. Now, let's dive into the strongest Susanoo ever. But before we reach number 1, let's start from the bottom. No 7. Shisui Uchiha Susanoo. You might not have seen much of Shisui Uchiha Susanoo, but it's one of the most unique. Why? Because he activated it with just one eye. Now, how is that even possible? Here's the crazy part. There's a theory that Shisui had already unlocked Susanoo before losing his other eye. So even with a single Mangekyo Sharingan, he could still summon it. His green-colored Susanoo wielded a giant drill in one hand and spewed fire from its stomach. But despite its power, it was never fully completed before his tragic death. No. 6. Itachi Uchiha Susanoo. It is the most mysterious one. Unlike others, his wasn't a brute force machine. It was a fortress of absolute defense. Here's why Itachi's Susanoo is terrifying. Yata Mirror, a shield that can nullify any attack, whether it's ninjutsu, genjutsu, or physical damage. Totsuka Blade, a sword that, instead of cutting, seals anyone it pierces into an eternal genjutsu prison called the Drunken Dream. According to the manga, his Susanoo color is yellow, which symbolizes his depression and sacrifice. Number 5. Madara Uchiha's Susanoo, the ghost of Uchiha. Now, this might shock you, but Madara Uchiha does not have the strongest Susanoo. Yes, Madara's Susanoo was powerful enough to completely overwhelm 5 Kage at once, but his biggest flex? He gave his Susanoo to 5 different clones and made each one of them fight at Kage level. And Madara's Susanoo color is very dark, which represents his hatred. But here's the insane part. Madara's Perfect Susanoo had multiple faces and 4 arms, each wielding a sword. His power was so monstrous that a single swing of his blade could carve mountains in half. So if Madara isn't at the top, then who is? No. 4. Indra Otsutsuki's Susanoo. Unlike any Uchiha, Indra Otsutsuki, the son of the Sage of 6 Paths, activated a perfect Susanoo without an eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. His Susanoo was gigantic, completely dwarfing those of Madara and Sasuke. And unlike others, he inherited chakra directly from Hagoromo Otsutsuki, giving him an unnatural level of power. But there's still an even stronger Susanoo. Number 3. Sasuke Uchiha's Susanoo. Sasuke is the only Uchiha who has used every single form of Susanoo, from the skeletal frame to the true perfect Susanoo. But what makes his Susanoo so different? It can use elemental attacks. He infused it with Amaterasu, allowing his arrows to burn eternally. He wrapped it around Kurama, creating the ultimate battle avatar, something no other Uchiha has ever done. But even Sasuke's true Susanoo isn't the strongest. No. 2. Kakashi Hatake's Susanoo. Now, you might be wondering, how does a non-Uchiha have the second strongest Susanoo? Here's the answer. When Obito transferred his chakra and both Mangekyo Sharingan to Kakashi, he briefly unlocked a perfect Susanoo that could phase through dimensions. His Susanoo had 2 abilities that made it completely broken. Kamui Shuriken. Anything it hit was instantly sent to the Kamui dimension, making escape impossible. Intangibility. Since Obito's chakra was involved, Kakashi could partially phase through attacks. For a brief moment, Kakashi's Susanoo was completely untouchable, but there is still one Susanoo that surpasses them all. No, 1. Hagoromo Otsutsuki's Susanoo. The ultimate, most overpowered Susanoo in Naruto history belongs to Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of 6 Paths himself. Why? Because his perfect Susanoo was as tall as the 10 Tails. And unlike other Susanoo, Hagoromo's was enhanced with 6 Paths chakra. making it incomparably stronger than anything else seen in the series. And here's the final mind-blowing fact. Hagoromo's Susanoo was so powerful that it could deflect the Ten-Tail's strongest attacks effortlessly. So now you know, the strongest Susanoo of all time didn't belong to Madara or Sasuke, but to the founder of all shinobi. So which Susanoo do you think is the strongest? Would Itachi have been unbeatable if his Susanoo was complete? Or do you think someone else deserved to be on this list? Let us know in the comments. And if you love Naruto anime, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.